Hi everybody, welcome back to Thursdays with me, Birgit Heffler. I am the owner and designer from Something From Somewhere, Organically Reborn Furniture and Decor. Thanks for being here. I'm going to show you today another technique using wax this time, and I love what waxes, different colored waxes can do to transform furniture, to give it new depth. Sometimes when we paint furniture, it looks kind of blah, just one color, and it's beautiful to be able to use the waxes to give furniture details and bring it out even more with really deep in the crevices and gives it depth. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to use, there's quite a few colors, but today I'm going to focus mostly on white wax and antiquing wax. I have chosen a few pieces, candlesticks, over here that I'm going to show you how using wax can make a big difference and give it that depth that I'm talking about. Hi Sergey, thanks for watching. And you guys, anyone coming in, as you come in, please, love to hear where you're from and where you're listening from and what you guys are up to. Hi Ada, how are you? Welcome, welcome. All right, so teaching you guys how to transform furniture using natural waxes, beeswax. I use country chic paint, and I love to use them because they have no solvents, and they really are all natural. They smell really good, and I only will work with, organic and biodegradable products, and they are really superb when it comes to that. So today I'm going to show you with these two pieces. Of course you can use on furniture, and yes, it is all about furniture, but I'm going to show you what the waxes can do with these candlesticks here. This is like a bowl. This one is painted in the color crinoline, which is like a white grayish tone, and this one is in Driftwood by Country Chic Paint. Hi there, I know Ada, long time no here. Thanks for being here, that's awesome. And Seema, hi, how are you? From London, Canada. Hi, great to have you here. Hi, Stephanie, welcome. Good to have you here. Hi. Stephanie's my other daughter. I have two, Stephanie and Isabel. Isabel's usually on. I don't know if she's working right now, but now Stephanie is on, so that's really cool. Thanks for being here, Steph. So I'm showing you, my audience, how to use waxes to transform their painted furniture and give it depth. Using white wax and antique wax by Country Chic Paint. Hi Jill, how are you? From Wisconsin. Awesome. Very cool, very cool. Haven't been to Wisconsin, maybe one day. I hear it's quite cold. I'm in Florida, so I don't know if I want to get into that cold weather yet. We do get pretty warm here, so sometimes I do wish I had a little bit of a break. All right guys, so thanks for being here, and let's do this. So what we're gonna need today are going to be, white wax, which is, I'm gonna use it first on this candlestick here, which is painted in driftwood, and I'm going to use my wax brushes. You probably want to have two of them and not mix the waxes together. So I have two here. I'm going to use this larger one for the white because my candy's a little bit bigger, but small ones usually work great. The larger ones usually are more for clear wax when you're waxing the whole piece. There's really, no right or wrong, is what you prefer. But I do recommend these particular ones. Are great. They're small handles, and they really are inspired by the old-fashioned shaving brushes. So they're made for women to be able to really hold them properly in their hands, so they have a really nice handle. And these are by Waxine. All these products that I'm showing you guys are all on my website, and that is somethingfromsomewhere.com. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to help you. Hey Gavin, how are you? Hi, long time. Hi Seema, yes. You ordered from Country Chic, yes. You're gonna love their products. Wow, they're awesome. I love them. Good choice, good choice. Hi Carla, welcome. I'm glad you're able to be here today. That's awesome. So, all right guys, let's get started. So these are what you're gonna need is, two brushes, two wax brushes, of course the white wax, and the antiquing wax that I'm gonna use. Okay, so these are the 4 ounces one. They come in different sizes as well. All right, so this one in particular, driftwood. Let's try this one and put on some white wax. It's nice when you have a contrast, so that you could see the depth of the piece more on the cracks, the cracks and crevices of the pieces. This has a lot of detail. I don't know if you guys can see. So the idea is when you put the wax on, that the wax stays in between the little cracks, and I'll show you that we wipe it off and how beautiful it looks after you're done. So this is a little candlestick. I think you guys can see it really good. Hi Isabel. I got both of the girls on. Awesome, thank you. All right guys, so wax brush, you really just want to dip in. A little bit goes a long way with all of these products, so you don't want to immerse yourself and just use a lot. Just the tip. Again, it's all natural, contains no solvents, only beeswax, and they smell awesome. All right, so what you want to do is just kind of tap it on. I hope you guys can see from here, yeah. On the whole piece. Now, the painted piece, whatever you're going to be waxing on, first wait after you've painted it for at least 12 hours. A full day would be best, so it's already nice and dry before you put on the wax. The wax is also a sealer, you guys. So as you're doing this, you're also sealing the piece. Some people like to put the clear wax first and then the colored wax. It's not necessary with Country Chic. It goes on smooth, very nice. But it doesn't mean that you can't. And I'll show you, actually the great thing about the clear wax after you've put a colored wax on is that if you didn't like it to be like, let's say in this case, maybe too white after, and you'll see what I mean. If you don't like it, you can always add a little bit of clear wax and actually tone it down. So it's almost like to be used like an eraser. So you can always take some off by putting clear wax on, and you can use a rag to take it off. All right, so trying to get this. What I really want to do is get it all in the little spots. And you saw that. It was only one little dip. Not a lot. You can see there. And I just want to get the whole piece with the wax. And all the details. So what are you guys up to? You can't see me, Carla, but you can hear me, huh? All right, that's cool. You can always watch the replay after. I've been learning how to keep them on the live tab of the Facebook, and then I have been putting them on YouTube as well. So I have my YouTube channel, and that would be awesome, you guys, if you actually subscribe. It's also called Something from Somewhere. I would totally appreciate it. I'm right now just putting the lives. Eventually I'll get into more editing. But if you miss these, you can always go on YouTube and see the replay of the live. All right. So you want to make sure that you're sealing the piece, but at the same time also creating that extra depth that I was talking about in all the little details of whatever it is that you are wanting to highlight. And then you can play around. Obviously you don't have to do the whole piece either. If you just want to add a little bit of depth to part of the piece that has the Decor, you can also just do that. So, okay, so let me do the top now. Let me show you. Can you guys see? Hi, Christine. Welcome. Hi, thanks for being here. So, this was driftwood, the color. It was like a little bit sandy brown. I've totally waxed the whole piece with the white wax, making sure that all these little crooks and crannies here of the piece gets the white wax. And now, hi Annie, welcome. Thanks for being here. Now you want to take a lint-free cloth, and what you're gonna do is start wiping the excess of the wax off. You guys can see me good? All right. So now you just start wiping the excess wax. And this is where you also manipulate, obviously. You know, the more that you kind of like wipe off, the less wax you'll have. But what you want is to seal it with the wax, and as you wipe it off, you're also buffing it. So you start getting a little bit of a shine to it. I don't know if you guys can see. You know, there's a lot of light there. So here you just go on just taking off some of the excess at the bottom on the leaves. And there you go. Maybe you wanna, if I wanna add a little bit more here, let me do this here. You guys can see like, let me bring you closer. Hey Angie. Welcome. All right, you guys, look. If I'm closer here. So now you wipe it off, like I said, with a lint-free cloth. And then all those little areas of the detail have a little bit of that wax in between them. And now it looks, you know, more finished, sealed. And it's beautiful. See? All right, now, let me move you back a little bit again. I did this one earlier just to show you. This was a white piece. Is the light good, you guys? Can you see me? Hi, Marta, how are you? Welcome. And so, you know, so we're gonna start with this one. It's pretty white, very, very white. This is also painted in a color called crinoline. It's one of my favorites, white to go to, because it's white, but it has still like a little bit of a gray tone. So it's not this like fluorescent white. So we're gonna antique this one and do the antiquing wax. So the antiquing wax is darker, it's more of a dark tone wax. I'll show you. And I'm gonna use this smaller one to dip into the can easier. Okay, you guys can see there, good? Probably, okay, there you go. Oops. All right, one thing that you're gonna notice when you buy these waxes, they're very pure, and like other waxes, it's not so soft, it's actually much tougher, it's very hard. And when you first get it, it has like a little bit of a film. Sometimes people argue that like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to get the wax and they can't get it out. Watch out for a little bit of a, like, it has like a cover on the top. After you don't use it for a little while, the wax tends to get this like film, you know, like almost like the milk, when milk hasn't been used for a while, that it gets like a little layer. So make sure that you take it off, and that's what I wanted to show you in this one, because my white was open already, but this one is a brand new can. So you kind of pull out, see this, like a little excess. So if for any reason you can't seem to get the wax out, make sure you take that top layer off. That's probably what it is, all right? All right, cool. So I'm gonna take again. Hi, Allison. Allison, hi, how are you? Wow, good to see you here. You're very far away. Awesome, thank you. All right, so showing you guys now how to antique this piece. So it's all white, and as you can see, it has all those details. It's a really beautiful bowl. So the idea is now, in all those little details and spaces in between there, that the wax takes in, and so that's what gives it that antique look. All right, so I'll show you. And all those crevices. So brush, dip in, just the tip, and now you start. I like to kind of like rotate, circular motions. I know it kind of looks a little scary, like, oh my God, what is that? But that's the idea. That's what gives it that whole vintage look. I'll do a few so you guys can have an idea. So a little bit goes a long way, remember, so don't go in there and grab too much wax. It's always better that you do thin layers than a lot of thickness on the wax, and it takes longer to dry. So remember, all this also is giving it depth, but at the same time is sealing the piece, okay? Which is awesome. You see this? So they come in 7 different colors. I'm just showing you white and the antique-ish color, the antiquing wax, but there's 7 different colors. There's the natural, the clear, which is a sealer, and the antiquing, which is the one that I'm using now. There's also a pearl wax. There's also a white wax, which I'm also showing you, and black wax, gray wax, and gold. So there's many other choices. I love wax. It's fun to play with, and it smells really good. So what else, guys? You're out and about now. People are heading back to work slowly. I know my girls are. I'm very thankful. They're being cautious still, but they are back at work, and they're excited to be back. Allison is my friend. Met her a long time ago in Spain, and now she lives in Norway. She's a great chiropractor, a heck of a chiropractor. I could totally use you now, Allison. Miss my adjustments that you used to give us. Jill, how are you? Can you use this wax over a piece that was spray painted? If the spray paint does not have a sealer, it is paint. So yes, I would not believe you couldn't. The wax is a sealer, and it gives a bit of a sheen to any piece as well. What you don't want to, if you're going to seal a piece, remember, always wax and water do not go together. So, it just will not. If you were to put the wax and then put a water-based coat sealer, it just would slide off. It just wouldn't work. But if it doesn't have any kind of sealer, if it's just painting it, check to see if it's already with a sealer. If it is, then you probably don't need to put anything anyway. The wax works for a sealer, and then for any crevices, which is what I'm showing you now, to bring out depth, you probably want to put it in those particular areas if it's been spray painted, to give it like that extra, you know, look in that particular area, and that's it. And I don't see why it would be a problem. But I would double check, you know, what finish it has. If it's a matte finish, it'll probably work a lot better than to have some kind of a very shiny sealer before putting wax on. Okay? Cool. All right, you guys, let's see. That was a great question. You know, I don't spray paint much, you know, because I'm using a lot of natural. I mean, we don't use sprays, but yeah, I mean, this is if you're gonna use the wax just to give a little bit of detail to, you know, any of these like you know, crevices or details, I wouldn't see what the, you know, any problem. But to seal the whole piece with a wax after spray painting, I would definitely check that it doesn't have any kind of shiny sealers. That's for sure. Because then it's really, you don't have to wax it. I hope that explains what your question was. All right, you guys, I'm almost done. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. You can do as much or as little as you want as well. Remember, you're giving is an accent to the piece. I'll do the inside after. I just want to show you the details, how cool it looks. So it's to give depth and a little bit of character to some pieces that have a lot of detail. It's always really cool to do so. All right, I want to show you guys. Do you see this? All right, so what I'm gonna do now is go over it again with a lint-free cloth rag and just start wiping the excess off. Let's see if I can show you from here. You see how he wipes off? Let me do it more. Can you use for outside pieces? Yes, wax melts, okay, Jill? Just something to keep in mind. Usually, if you're gonna have a piece outside, you want to seal it with a weatherproof sealer. Wax is not a weatherproof sealer, meaning for outside, I don't know, temperature changes and rain and so forth. It is a mild type of sealer. It does cure after 3 to 4 weeks, where you can start putting, you know, glasses, let's say, stuff on. But remember, just it's a wax. So the wax, if you put something too hot on it or leave it outside where the sun starts to hit it, it is going to melt. So, I mean, if you want to put a piece for a little while out because it looks, you know, it's nice and you're taking it out and you have a piece that is coming from the inside of the house to outside, I want to be clear, yes, you can. But just to leave it outside, no. You know that outside temperature and climate changes and I don't know what other elements may be out there. It's never really a good idea to have a piece that has been waxed to leave outside. It's always going to need those special finishes for weatherproof. We have Country Chic Country Chic carries this line of sealers, which is called Tough Coat. They have clear coat, tough coat, waxes, but they do recommend Tough Coat for those types of pieces that may be left outside or are going to be used a lot, have a lot of traffic and use for them. So they always recommend the Tough Coat. So if you wanted to put a piece outside, yes, a tough coat, but not wax per se, no. Once in a while, for a little while, yes, but if you're really gonna leave it outside, I don't recommend any pieces, anything with wax. It's gonna get ruined. It's gonna melt. Okay? Cool. Now, if you wanted to do the wax because of this detail, and now you wanted to take it outside, then I would put the tough coat on top of the wax. That would probably work best. All right. Almost there. It's got a lot of little details. Hope you guys can see the difference. And I'm gonna do the inside a little bit more. So the finishes are really endless. You can do so many different finishes. If you go onto my website, I have an area of what the waxes will look like in the different colors of country chic. And so, like, what would it be, you know, if you mix this color and you put this wax on, so you can get an idea what finished product you will have. So it helps you a lot to, if you're new and starting and want to try this out, to have an idea how it would look with what color and what wax, to help you make a choice. All right, check it out. The antique wax is a dark wax. It's a dark brown. It's not black. It's really funky. It's a dark brown, but it has a little bit of a tone of like almost like a deep purple, I want to say. But remember, it's gonna. This one I haven't done. It's going to, depending on the color underneath it. This is a white. This was, you know, crinoline. It's a very whitish type of color. This was the original color of this, and now I'm putting a darker wax, so it pulls out, you know, the details. As you can see, there's like a very dark chocolate brown. Yeah, so that would be compared to like a dark wax. Not black, but dark brown, dark brown. All right, let's see here. So the waxes will cure like 3 to 4 weeks, so just be careful, like not to put anything on them. Nothing really harsh, any chemicals, until it's completely cured. And, you know, of course, you guys can do as much or as little as you want. What do you guys think? You like this? Did you see the difference from before and after? I haven't done the inside. Let me do a little bit there. You like it? Thank you, Jill. Thank you. It is. It's pretty, huh? It's pretty amazing how much you can do with these waxes. I love them. So, let's see. Just give it a little bit of. You guys can see there? And like I said, like if you for any reason don't like it, you want to soften it up, it's too strong, you can always, with a rag, even grab a little bit of clear wax. So for example, let me show you. I have this one open here. So, clear wax with a little bit of the tip. So you see here where it's really dark, if I wanted to lighten it up, it's almost like an eraser, look. You see? So you can line it up. And helps you even spread it even more. The colored waxes have a tendency of being like a little bit thicker than the clear wax. So they're not as slippery, I want to say, than the clear wax. So if you feel like you need a little bit of that extra like moisturizing to be a little bit more smooth, you can always use a little bit of clear wax to help you smooth it out. But you'll see once you start playing with it, it's really a matter of taste. Some people like it just like that, some like it a little bit thinner, so you can manipulate the thickness of the wax, of the colored wax, with the clear wax. Does that make sense, guys? Did you see how I did that? And now I just do your thing. And I mean, this is what the whole idea is. You're making it look antique. All right, so that's that one. So I've shown you two examples. This, I hope you guys are able to see it better now. See the white? There you go. This one was the driftwood color, painted in Country Chic. It's like a sandy brownish color, was the original color, and then I did the white wax, and it's right there in between the little leaves, and you see at the bottom. All right, let me do one more here so you can see probably much more clearer with this mirror. This mirror, I painted it with the color Tropical Cocktail, Country Chic Tropical Cocktail. It's a really bright bluish, greenish color. It's really cool. So I want to do is, I started a little bit here, show you with the white wax and soften it up a little bit, what it will look like. So I'm taking again this is my large wax brush. A small one would probably be best, but I wanted to use two different ones, and my other little one is dirty. I didn't get a chance to wash it. Hi, Anne. How are you? My fan. You're awesome, Anne. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm showing you guys today, for those that are just tuning in, how to use white wax and antiquing wax to transform your furniture and give it more depth. I'm using candlesticks in this mirror because it's not so easy to be moving around furniture, but you can use it, of course, definitely on furniture. So it's all about like the details and all those little nooks and crannies and crevices. What you want to do is get the wax in there and then wipe it off with a dry lint-free cloth, and woof, I mean, the transformation is wonderful. It's amazing. All right, so let's try doing this one here. You guys can see just the tip. And now just swivel. You want to go around, making sure that it gets in all those little spots in between. So this is Tropical Cocktail, and now white wax by Country Chic. They come like this. This is a small, this is a 4 ounce. I believe it comes in a 4 ounce, in an 8 ounce, and 16. You want to get all the areas. You see? So what's up, guys? Anybody been doing any kind of projects? I want to see you guys get participating in there in the group. If you haven't joined, we'd love to have you at Something from Somewhere Creative Tribe. It's a group that I created for us wanting the ones that are just starting or the ones that have already been in, you know, in the DIY world for a while. And every week I try to encourage you to post any kind of work you're doing, any kind of whatever, art, painting. So please, please join, go ahead and participate with the rest. Let's inspire each other. I always love to see what everybody's doing, what you guys are up to, and learn from each other. So many of you have such great ideas. Don't be shy. I love to see it. All right, so you guys, can you see this? All right, so I did this in the white wax. Now we are going to use the rag again. The lint free, I'm going to use the other side because this is the side that I took off the dark wax. So, other side, I'm going to flip this over. And now, just start wiping. Can you see? So let me wipe it off. Some of the excess, because I do want not to take everything off. It's just the excess wax. But it softened up that very, very, strong color, which I love, but for this particular project, I thought it would look really nice. In a little bit more subtle color. So you can do this with anything. Wax is awesome on wood, on cement, on metal, plastic, on glass. If you want to make those beautiful jars and paint those jars and the detail, wax them, and then just take off some of the excess and just accentuate the lettering on those glass jars to use them as flower pots. They're really beautiful. It's really great. So yeah, it works on glass as well. On anything really. And your sealing, remember. So waxes are sealers. So you don't have to put anything else on top. You can pretty much just leave it as is. It will cure between 3 to 4 weeks. It's a mild sealer. So if it's gonna be on a piece that it's not really going to have a lot of traffic, I wouldn't put it on a dining room table. I wouldn't, seal it with wax. I would seal more with a tough coat or a clear coat. You are going to be, using it a lot, placing things on it. Even though wax is beautiful and it gives it a really soft sheen, but it is wax and it's a much more delicate finish. So I would use something more tough on pieces that are going to be really used. A mirror is great because it's going to be hanging, so it's not going to have a lot of wear and tear. So I hope you guys can see. I know you see my shop back there. the video, the phone, but here, you see it? It's beautiful. So you came from that really strong color to now a little bit softened, and you have some of that white and the crevices, and it looks really subtle, really pretty. And it gives it depth and character to any pieces that you put waxes on. That's why most people use them. All right, I'm gonna give you one last show here of this piece. This is something that I've been working on for a little while. It was just an old shoe box. And then I did some molds and I put them on. And then I used a cream metallic to accentuate the molds, but I think it's still too strong. I'm not so much for those kind of gold shiny things, but I wanted to experiment and I thought it looked really cool. But now I'm going to white wax it. So I want you guys to see what the difference is. So this is like originally, that cream metallic on those molds, and I'm going to now put some white wax on it and just kind of tone it down a little bit. So I'm going to show you just over here again, before And now with the white wax, how cool it's gonna look right after. So you just wanna like tap it on, make sure it gets into those tiny little cracks. I also wanna do my piece so I can use all of it. Just put a little bit here and there. And now I'm going to take my lint-free cloth and now take off the excess. That's all it is. That's all that it entails. So you have like this 3D type of finish. It's not so flat anymore. That gives it character and it looks vintagey. What do you guys think? See the difference from here? I don't know, some people may like it like this. That's fine, it's cool, but I like it like this. Isn't it cool? Let's go on. Any more questions, you guys? Anybody have any questions on wax? Hi, Claudia, welcome. Showing you how to use wax, white wax and antiquing wax to transform your furniture and all those little details that they may have and how to pull them out by using waxes. So for example, in this little piece, it's an old shoebox. I painted it in a country chic color called Feline Fine. And then I added these molds. These molds are from IOD, Iron Orchid Designs. I also made the molds. I glued them on the shoebox, and then I used some of the cream metallics, also by Country Chic, and painted them in this like, what is it, copper, like a copper color. So now I am going to use this white wax to show you the difference between this, which, you know, some people may like, and how to give it like a little bit of that extra depth and you know, I think it looks beautiful and truly giving that 3D extra character to the details of those molds. Thank you, Anne. Thanks. So here we go. We're just dabbing on the little, again, on the little molds to make sure that you get the wax in between the little cracks and the detail. Just a little. And now also on the top, so I can like kind of like blend it all in. And this you can play around. I mean, this is kind of a matter of choice. I'm just trying to kind of tone down that copperish tone and kind of blend it all in. Right? Now, lint-free cloth again. And now we start kind of like taking off the excess. And this is as much or as little as you want. I just say try it, you guys. You don't know unless you try. Don't be afraid. What's the worst thing that can do? You have to repaint it. Big deal. And then you start creating your own style. And that's the beauty of this. We all have a part of us that has a creative part. But if we don't explore, we don't know. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's just about creating, being in this zone in that moment, and loving what you're doing. So you guys see here? So I took that out, just on the sides. I want to start painting a larger piece and start getting a little bit more advanced. I've showed you quite a few techniques already. If you guys go back to when we first started and how to mix milk paint, the difference of milk paint and clay paints, and now the waxes. I mean, those are pretty essential things for painting furniture. I want to take it probably, let's see, next week, start painting a little desk, a little like vintage, you know, those old type of like letter desks that you open. Actually, my friend Claudia, if she's still on, she's the one that gifted it to me. You're there. So I want to start painting it. I gotta fix a little parts, legs on them, and it should be ready by next week. I want to paint it and show you after it's painted and go with the wax, and then maybe get you guys opinions on what wax. But it's a really cute, very sweet piece, really, really cute. So I'll get that one ready for next week. So then we can start from scratch, cleaning it, painting it, waxing it, you know, sealing it. Yeah? Cool. All right, we'll do that, Claudia. We're gonna do your little piece next week. The one you gifted me. I love it, thank you. You're gonna probably want it back, but can't have it back. Not anymore. You can buy it back. All right, you guys. I think I'm almost done. Let me just do the front here. You know, this is a great idea. I have a few shoe boxes when I go around picking, and I don't know, I'm in love with them. I just love boxes. I'm like a box person. Thank you, Claudia. And you know what? This could be like super cool for, like, I don't know, putting jewelry inside. I was thinking maybe even like making like a little planter and put like some plants inside. Doesn't have to be real because obviously it doesn't have a hole, but maybe if it did have a little space for the plant, or even a fake plant, really cool. Those ones from like IKEA that you can put in, and like you put in a little corner halfway closed. I don't know, wouldn't that be like super cute? Look at this. And they're like, I find them often, so I don't know, I start doing like a little collection of these. So let me do the front. All right. Mix it up. Yes, I can paint a toolbox, Sergey. Actually, that's a great project, because I love toolboxes as well. They're metal, and country chic, you can paint metal and they look great. And actually put transfers on it, so I can make it more, you know, we can make it as girls' toolboxes. I'm sure you don't want it as a girl toolbox, but yes, we can paint a toolbox. So let me know what color you want your toolbox to be painted on, and I'll show you. I know, right? Aren't these cute, Claudia? And toolboxes are cool too. I have a few toolboxes. You know what? I'm gonna start painting them. I've seen them that actually people put transfers on them, and oh my God, they look adorable. They're very nice. All right, you guys. Let me see. Mama's done. A little bit here. So I'm gonna give you a recap of what I used in a little bit. So look at this. Ah, look, I'm missing this one. So all the products that I used today are by Country Chic Paint. If you guys want to check them out, they're on my website at somethingfromsomewhere.com. Why I love these paints, you guys, they are really certified. I mean, they have proof that they are environmentally friendly, biodegradable, all natural. Not all paints are. They say they are, but they're not regulated. So if you do ask sometimes for like their ingredients, they will hesitate to give them to you because they didn't really test them. And these, you know, paints and the company are very much about all of that, and that's the reason why the owner created these paints, because she couldn't find any 100% non-VOC, which is volatile organic compounds, paints. And sometimes maybe the ingredients are natural, but the pigments in the paint are not. And they are an all-one Decor paint, and they're clay-based, so they're super easy to work with. You can practically paint anything. You don't need to sand, you don't need to prime. And really, for the beginner and the advanced gets an, that nose paints will be super amazed, which is what happened when I first came across them. I was like, wow, they are great. I wanted them, I wanted to carry them, I wanted to use them. And for the beginner is really, again, so easy to use, and the transformation is huge. Also, parts of the benefits, or the profits, I want to say, I'm sorry, of the paints go into feeding the hungry in North America. So for me, that's another great cause. And also there's a collection that is called the Furry Collection, and it's about animals. So also profits of the paints bought for that collection goes into helping families to pay for their veterinary care for their pets if they don't have it. So there's just so many great things about them. It's not just the paint itself, but what they believe and what they stand for. So that to me is a reason to really love them even more. And I hope you guys do too. So to give you a recap today, we used white wax. Here's one open, white wax by Country Chic Paint. We also use the antique wax, and we created depth and used them on the details of this candlestick. We used the white wax. You guys can see it was painted in driftwood, and then we added some white wax. And then this one was painted in crinoline, which is like a white color, also by Country Chic. It has a little bit of tone of gray, so it's not your fluorescent white, but then we antiqued it with the antique wax. So we added some of that wax in the details, and then we rubbed some off on the X's, and this is what it came about. So all these products, you guys, that I used, look how cute this came out. And the mirror, look at the mirror. There's the mirror. Also white wax. The original color was Tropical Cocktail. So as I was saying, all these products, and if you have any questions, I have videos on them as well. They're all on my website at somethingfromsomewhere.com. And so please, if you like this video, please put that little bell on so that you're notified every time I come on. Any support to a small business like mine is totally and really appreciated. Thank you for being here. I'm on every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, showing you something new. And I hope that I have inspired you to create something from somewhere and make it beautiful. Thanks again for being here. If you missed it, check out the replay, and any comments, any questions you may have, please, I'm here to help you, and you can always send me an email at info@somethingfromsomewhere.com. All my info is also on my website if you need to get in touch with me, and I ship as well, or if you're in the local area, you can pick it up. So thanks again. Shine bright. Thank you for being here. Trudy, how are you? I'm sorry you missed it. I'm about to go now, but if you want to check out the replay, please do. And I will be back on again next week, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, thanks for being here, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.